For ACUsports.com, I'm Grant Boone talking some men's and women's tennis with head coach Hutton Jones. Coach, a really nice weekend. Your men were here in Abilene. The women had a split, but a win in doubles over a nationally ranked team. Take us through the women's weekend first last weekend.
Well, these are traditionally just three solid teams that, really knew that each match could go either way, and to come out 2 out of 3 is, just Meatloaf said it best, is not bad, but really thought we could have got the third one. Did get the win against Northern Arizona to take the doubles point against them, and their number one team is nationally ranked. Just needed to play well. It's kind of one of these deals that this is a real honesty check here. Every one of these matches, if we did not bring, if we didn't play well, we didn't have to play our best, but you have to play well. You can't have a bad day. D2, that was kind of the difference, is if we were a little off, we were probably strong enough to get it done that day. We didn't quite start out strong in singles and never recovered against Northern Arizona. But not to dwell on that, UTEP, very tough. Won't bore anybody with the details, but if we're not tough in that match, we lose that match. So I loved our toughness there. And then the same thing with New Mexico State. It's kind of, these are all cliches, but it doesn't become easy until you do the tough things that make it seem like, hey, we broke through in that match. But if you're not going out there and showing your opponent you love the adversity and just kind of look like you like the fight more than they do, they play better. And it's subtle what you present to your opponents. I thought we presented very well for the most part on the girls' end, that we were tough and we were wanting to be in a tough match.
How about the doubles duo that got that win over a nationally ranked Northern Arizona team, Sarah Eleanor Adams and Whitney Williams? How about the pairing and what Whitney brings in terms of her experience and leadership?
Well, we're notorious a little bit over ACU Tennis to switch it around a little bit, but we've also kept with something if we felt like that's what's best for the team. I do feel like, Lucille's an amazing doubles player. Nini's new. Well, she's kind of down there playing too with Nini, and I feel like we've got a lot of experience on our top two teams. Sarah, even though she's a sophomore, was a great doubles player coming in. Whitney, very experienced. I mean, we could count how many partners has she won with and done well with. So the good thing is, to me, is they know it's all about ACU Tennis and not who plays number one. They don't really care about that. But to answer your question, they just mesh very well. And Whitney, a lot of experience of knowing what's happening in a match. And it's fun to watch that happen. There's just not many people buy into loving to get the ball hit at them hard. And to me, the better doubles players are up there getting hit at. And Whitney loves, and Sarah too, they'll get to the net and play real doubles. We're not playing what I would call, and I sounds chauvinistic, we're not playing girls doubles where we're back hitting a million ground strokes and then there's one poach. We're getting up there and playing a little more aggressively like the men would play. And I feel like the best doubles teams in the world on the women do that also.
Sure.
But that's what we do.
The men's team had a great weekend. They beat Air Force, they beat Oral Roberts. 6 wins in a row for the men's team. They're getting a little momentum, are they not?
Well, I found the trick to get that going is don't play top 15 schools in the nation. It took a little tough on that, but to me, the reason these matches, we win 4-3, the Oral Roberts is 5-2. Again, those are not slam dunks. We're not good enough to slam dunk anybody. I think we're good, and I think when we show up and we play, we'll be right there with anybody, even good enough to, I feel like we should have gotten it done. Coaches tend to think about the should-haves rather than the good things, but, we should have beat Arizona, who's a very solid program every year, and lost 4-3. But putting those matches in against SMU, TCU, and all that, and not getting our spirit broke, well, to me, that's why we come through with a 5-2 and 4-3, and even the weekend in Tennessee we spent readied for us for these matches. And it was fun because with technology, people are texting the girls as we're driving back, kind of getting the update of the match, so I could kind of keep up with what's going on. Hey, we're ahead. So I felt like I was here, and it's hard to be two places, but
if anybody could, it'd be Hutton Jones. 2 out of 3 for the women. 2 straight for the men last weekend. Big weekend for ACU Tennis.